Hi, how's everybody doing? It's been just under 5 months since I did a video, April 20th. So it's been a long time, and I am so sorry that I've put this off and not gotten things done. The goal is to start doing a video once a week. We're going to start adding more and more content. Today I want to talk to all of you about what we're working on, some of the projects that we're doing, and some of the things you can look forward to. To be really frank, this has been a difficult year for everybody, and depression just crept in. The last time I did a video, I was talking about my weight loss journey, and I had lost 25 pounds. I let my feelings and everything get the better of me with all of the crazy stuff that 2020 has brought us, and I put all that weight back on. So I'm back on and back to watching things, doing intermittent fasting like I was doing, cutting out the carbs. Carbs are the bane of my existence. Those are what always get me. So gotta kick them and stay focused, eye on the prize. So this whole year, I was so looking forward to all of the amazing things that we were going to be able to do this year. There were so many shows coming up that I was like so stoked about, opportunities and things. And as you all know, COVID has happened, and well, no shows. So that's sort of where a lot of the depression stems from. Also, I typically don't go out in the sun anyway, kind of a cave dweller, so to speak, but yeah, blackout curtains on the windows, work from home, never leave my house. And my foundation that I typically wear, I've got some stuff that I ordered that should be coming in the next couple of days, is entirely too dark now. So that tells you anything. Yeah, I've had to go now down to the lightest shade that exists for the brand that I use, and been taking vitamins, kind of helping with getting my a little pep in my step. So, all right, projects that are going to be coming on. So we've scouted some locations for our first video that we're going to be working on. We'll be doing some of the filming for that at the end of October. We scouted out some gorgeous locations here in our local area. This video features just me. You won't see the other band members in this one. We're using this song as sort of an introduction of sorts to the characters that we are. And this is Celiara's reawakening. So a little backstory for those of you that are familiar with Discord and know that we are a vampire band. That means everyone in the band has a vampire persona that we have created and will be presenting to you in various forms of whether it be video content, looking at possibly doing like a graphic novel type of thing, working with some people on that to get these backstories. So Celiara is a late 17th century vampire. So court of King Louis XIV, the Sun King, Palace of Versailles, and her, let's call it birth, which is, when she was turned, is in 1683. And she was actually a servant in the court for one of the noble ladies there. And she's turned against her will. She is at first very disoriented and just a little bit broken over what has happened. She is devout Catholic, and everything that she had been working towards and holds dear seems to just be taken from her. She, while being lady in waiting, she was also an adept singer, and sang, had just started to sort of break in to some of the French opera, and she got to perform in a small role as a lady in waiting, for Noble. So she was performing in the prologue of one of Lully's operas, and was aspiring to bigger things because she had talent, but she's turned and she's vengeful and bitter. She uses that and infiltrates essentially into the court. No one around her is aware of her situation. She's able to hide it effectively, and she's able to start manipulating things. And as part of her story, she's able to sort of do some underhanded things within to take down the establishment. So again, I think that having a really strong story for her was important. But as we go forward into the future, she is, as often in vampire lore you'll find, they go into a state of stasis. So she is in a deep sleep, and this is her reawakening to the modern day. She keeps that some of that aesthetic with her as she now comes into her full vampire glory. That's what the video is meant to sort of depict. We get her awakening from, you know, her deep sleep, and then what happens as she progresses. We're going to get a little bit of some of that emotion that she has to kind of go through, and remembering her old life, coming back into remembering then why she went underground or, you know, into that sleep, and then modern day. So that's something exciting that we're going to be doing, and we'll give you some of the behind the scenes. We're creating we have some people that we are working with, and like I said, locations that we've gone to. But I will be sewing the gowns that she will be wearing in the video, and so we'll do a little bit of a montage. You'll get to sort of see the process in creating a robe de foncé. So think Marie Antoinette, you know, those French gowns that they would wear with the paniers, and that sort of style, which is sort of what we go for, the pompadour wigs and things like that. So very Rococo kind of thing. Excited about that, bringing you some of that. Now, also, we will be doing a project at the end of the year is what we're shooting for. And this is something with the music that we do, for those of you familiar, those that are not, I'll sort of explain. We take classical music repertoire. We're talking about arias, art songs, things from Western European music primarily, and then putting them to modern guitars, drums, backing tracks. We use orchestral and choral backing tracks with that, and what Violet likes to call spooky booty jams. So some of it's dance music. We have different takes on it. Sometimes we'll make it a little more metal. Sometimes it'll be a little bit more synth and things depending on what audience. So it's a little bit adaptable, a little bit malleable. We are taking the traditional Catholic Requiem Mass. There are concert versions for music for the Requiem Mass. Some of the most famous being Mozart's Requiem, which out of that, it's just gorgeous. But the Lacrimosa is the one that always was my favorite in that particular work. And then Verdi's Requiem, the Dies Irae. I'm sure you've heard these pieces in the background of your life, whether you realize that that's what it was or not. Essentially, we are taking a combination of the musical setting of a Mass with the Latin and the ceremony that sort of goes with that, and we are transforming it. We are changing it and utilizing that as the base for a blood mass, meaning turning of a vampire. We will be taking our willing participant to the stage performance with lighting and video and effects and all of that on stage, and doing the rite, the ceremony, the ritual that involves taking the sacrifice or the participant and turning them into one of our flock. So in doing this, the process, Viola is working on the music, and using the forms and things that we would for writing a traditional musical setting of a Requiem Mass with the text. So what we're doing in this is we're taking the Latin, taking the English poetic version of the Latin, changing and adapting the text to fit the narrative that we have for this particular experience, and then translating it back into Latin so that all the text makes sense, which would be, of course, up in the video for everyone to sort of follow with translation. We will also be taking some sections and doing them in Romanian, and then maybe also some English mixed in there. We hope that this is something not to be missed, and that everyone is immersed in this experience and really enjoys the performance and the music that we're going to create for this. We're also going to be doing some behind the scenes of some of the process with the music writing and of course, text and things, and the creative process behind all of this. Some of the directing and the staging and things that we're going to be doing that will be released then, of course, after the performance, because we can't give away things beforehand and all of that. But that's just a couple of the things that we've got going on. Sorry that I've been MIA, and I promise that I am going to do better. I will be back. This is my favorite time of year, so all the spooky things. I'm going to be setting up my decorations and my Halloween tree. And yes, that's right, I said Halloween tree because it goes up right after Labor Day, my spooky tree, and it stays up all the way through, usually about the end of January when I get motivated to take it down. So I collect the little ornaments and things that I put on there, and I bought myself a pumpkin. It was so cute. It was this little kind of like almost creamsicle orange pumpkin. It's sitting on the porch. I haven't given it a name yet. I think it needs a name. But it's just that time of year. Got all my candles that smell good and all those things. So maybe we'll do a little tour and I'll show you a few of my favorite little knickknacks and decorations around the house, and maybe do some shopping and all of that. So we should do pumpkin painting. And everybody send me pictures of the pumpkins that you made and all of that. We'll do a little video. It'll be so fun. You guys should help me come up with a name for my pumpkin. That would be awesome. Like, subscribe. So say it with me. Like, subscribe, ring that bell. I will see you guys